Oh, hey. Oh, boy. All right. Hey, good to see you. It's good that I learned not to cut the mic off because the first few sessions were bad. Now I need to know when not the boogie oogie on screen. Hey, excuse me. It feels like Saturday to me. Woo! It is 6. Am I late? I am late. I'm late by 2 minutes, which is weird because I've been sitting here for about 20. Was gonna think about going live 10 minutes ago, but then I decided to do the dishes, run around, make sure I had. Yeah, it's a whole deal. It's a whole story. Um, but you know what? Like I keep saying, it's not broadcast. I can be a little bit late, a little bit here, a little bit there. We don't want to be consistently late. It is what it is. What it is, isn't it? I am your man, Truest Armor. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitch under Karma Armor, my gaming tag. About to change that, I think. We'll see what happens. Um, yeah. So we all heard the announcements over and over again in our last few days of this fantasticness, and we're going to change it to a new and utterly cooler fantasticness with remotes and you know interviews with people, not just about guitar. Black centric, so watch your ass. Some people may not like it because we ask questions, why aren't things getting better? Other people can ask those questions for themselves, and they don't get as much drama as we get. But it's gonna be only show up when it shows up. We're not gonna have shows planned around it. Uh, but we talk about everything topical, and trust me, this country's always talking about black people. So I think we're always topical. Excuse me. I think I may also leave the CBD token and the whiskey drinking as far away from this as possible. Just because some of it's gonna be out on the road and interacting with other people, so I can't just sit here, sip and chill and do that. But until then, like I said, the whole situation is gonna change come Sunday, right? Well, not Sunday. Sunday we're gonna keep the 7 a.m. shows, and we'll likely do a night stream, but that won't be guitar, right? Just like Saturday. Saturday we'll keep the AM shows. Wish you good luck on your weekend, that kind of thing. And then Saturday night we'll probably just game. Sunday night, God only knows what we'll do. I bring back. I had 2 podcasts that I stopped. I'll likely bring both of those back, plus 2 new things. So I think I've got work ahead of me. But I'm still going to be learning the guitar. So that's 5 things. That's 7 days, right? I should still be good. um, yeah, that is it. So this morning, this T-shirt is a little too big for me, and I feel it. This morning, we what was I gonna say? There's something going on outside my window, which I'm trying not to. I'm trying to ignore it. Um, this morning, I think I was gonna say this morning I had to put on a hoodie because it was 71 degrees and windy, and now it's like, what's the weather outside? What's the weather outside?
It's currently clear at 81 degrees.
Yeah, now it's 81. Earlier today, it said the high was going to be 70. It was 71, and they said the high was going to be like 75. I'd say it was really low. And now all of a sudden it's in the 80s again, which is nice. But yeah, I had to run and put on a hoodie. Where's that hoodie? In the other room. Ugh. Good Lord, I'm dropping everything. So it's going to be good. Like I said, it's like we don't have people who are going to what's the word I'm looking for? We don't have people who are. Hold on. Tilt this down a little bit. We don't have people. That's probably a little too low, but yeah, whatever. Uh, man, I'm just all over the place. Just like most people who are about to leave a gig or retire or graduate from college or whatever. I'm coasting these last few days, and the last few days was I want to say Tuesday. I've been coasting since Tuesday. I hate to say it. Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Thursday. We got all day tomorrow before the Friday. I should do a Friday send off, right? It's 50 days, man. Um, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, for Saturday, the last show will be essentially. I'm a guest. I'm a guest easily 5 times the normal guitar practice anybody would have done in their days. I really wish I could, but I can't. Look at this crowd for Lollapalooza. There's your COVID spreader, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God. So yeah, I think something, and there was something about a guy who, whew. There's something about a guy who died, and it was all in the newspaper. They were talking about, uh, do I gotta go? Which one am I going? I'm going this way. Look at all the people. Look at all the people. She body surfing. You go, girl. Look at all the people who are going to be in your grocery store shopping next to you. Look, oh, wow. You can't hem the young people in. I hate to say it. I'm just talking about as a former young person, this energy, and I still like it. God bless them. I'll tell you. I know, but come on, man. It's been a year and a half, and all you have done was get it stated weirdly. People don't really understand it. Tell us that it was going to be over by last year's summer, and then this year's fall, and then this year's spring, and now you're talking about the foreseeable future. So, I get why people are like, I got one life, and I'm 20 only once, and I just graduated, and I want to go do some stuff. I want to go see some things. I totally get it. But I don't really, I don't even know how you would talk me out of that when I was their age. I don't even know how you would. I really don't. Uh, I should test some of this just to make sure I'm loud enough and I'm streaming to everything. But man, those crowds were fucking ridiculous. All right, let's go over here and start checking some stuff. Whew. Let's put this here that way. I gotta clean this whole deal. So I'm going to change it. Am I going to change this? I don't really have enough time to change the setup, right? I'm still doing 1,000-day stream. Um, so moving everything around in a day is going to require a lot. and I'm here by myself, so that's not going to happen. Sorry about that. I whistle sometimes just to keep it moving. Keep it moving. All right, there you go. That's good. Let's go that way. Let's go over here. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, la, la, la. Yeah, that's going to need some work too. Um, hashtag live. I should do more hashtags, but I don't. Uh-oh, here we go. It's going to require a lot. All right, there you go. So let's see what happens before this thing chunks out on us. Please, like I said, like and subscribe. The kid is here every day, fighting against the enemies of truth and justice. And they are here. But that's right. I decided not to engage them unless they engage me, so they can go about their business. But I will be throwing rocks at them because they're full of shit. Yeah. All right. So everything looks good. Well, hold on. We should put that back up here and move it to someplace non in our face. Okay. So now, is it coming back? God only knows. All right. See, here we go. And it's already with dodgy imagery. Da-da-da. Let's close this. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, see, it starts beautiful and clean, and then it gets. I'm beginning to think that someone at the headquarters is got their finger on the issue. uh, I got a fruit cup in there, so I am sort of hungry. I was gonna make roast beef, then I was gonna make a chicken medley, and then I was gonna take too long. Then I was like, Then I started thinking about cooking again, but none of that helps me now because I'm freaking hungry. I'm just call that the room settling. All right, so what are we doing here? We could skip through more news, baby, because I got to tell you. Delta variant is surging. This is from the Los Angeles Times. With the Delta variant surging, America is dangerously divided over vaccines. America is always dangerously divided. Infrastructure bill will add $256 billion to deficit over 10 years. Yeah, so what? All they do is add to the fucking deficit. They don't pay off anything. But they all do get rich. So there's that. Oh, hey, the image is back. DOJ investigates Phoenix Police Department practicing, including excessive force. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Texas Governor Abbott called new special session aimed at passing GOP voting laws. He's trying to really railroad this thing through. And that's the arrogance. Who's going to stop me? Right? It's that kind of thing. If you try and take somebody's voting rights away, you get 5 years in jail per person you try to take it away. He wouldn't be doing this shit. It just shows you the nature of some people, that the law has to keep them in play. So, and then some of these people become politicians. I mean, look at the Nina Turner thing. That right there has me not voting for Democrats easily for the next 10 years. So you like Black Girl Magic, but not when she's talking to you about what you did wrong. You like those quiet Black Girl Magic girls who'll be utterly fucking silent and grin, like, in my opinion, Maya Wiley and Chantel Brown. What's her name? Chantel Brown, right? He only ex-cop caught wearing a Proud Boys kilt swears he only used to be a Proud Boy. The fucking cowardliness of these fucking racists. They're always sliding in under cover of dark, slinking into like government agency, and then when you catch them out, they're full of lies. Extinguish them where you find them. I really do believe that they're being used by like Russian operatives to just cause a mess. I really do. They know it's a long-standing issue, and they can activate these stupid morons. And they do. And I think you could end a lot of this racism if the FBI looked at them as traitors with who they associate with. In a spider versus snake battle, these 40 arachnids would defeat and devour their serpent foes. Look at this picture. The Smithsonian founder of the megachurch Hillsong have been charged with covering up child sex abuse. I don't even know what to tell you, man. Like, this is why people don't go to church. They've long ago lost faith in churches. And now a lot of people are losing faith in not democracy, but in the people who run this country. They're not democracy. So, yeah, I think storming of the Capitol, I think 10 things are going to happen. Storming of the Capitol, good Lord, there's a wasp nest outside my window. I fucking know it. Why are they always over there? There's always wasps right by my, like, window. Yeah, I'm going to have somebody come and look at that. Because I have a vent right here. I'm pretty sure they're just going to, it's just in my head, work their way into the vent. Oh my God. I'm covering up for child pedos in your church. So, yeah, people are losing faith in all this stuff. And now they're selling Black people Black awareness through a corporate lens and through these Democrats. It's never about the law or of any kind. It's always about, oh, she did this and this Black girl clapped back. And that, yeah, that's not Black. Yeah, what is that? That's just you selling me. You know what I mean? That's not, there's an absolute new law where you do X, Y, and Z, and there's absolutely punishable, and we will absolutely hold people accountable. There's none of that. There's bullshit like, hey, here's a holiday. Kanye West is a genius. Who becomes governor? Yeah. Who becomes governor if Cuomo resigns? We know who becomes governor if Cuomo. It's happened before. Um, who's the sleazebag with the prostitute who was a New York governor? I keep forgetting his name. And then he left, and the lieutenant governor, who was a blind black guy, became governor. Remember that? David Patterson became governor after what is his name? They kept trying to rehabilitate him, put him on like 6 shows after that, until people were just like, "Will you stop?" And then he finally went away. He finally went away. Boy, this whole COVID thing's a mess. Chickenpox test positive for bubonic plague. Yeah, that makes sense. Look, if we do not, here's the thing. I've said this before on this podcast. It sounds unpleasant, but one, China has a lot of problems. Chantel Brown, she's so fucking ridiculous. And everybody is only talking about Trump. There's a lot of bad fucking people in politics. It's not just Trump. And I would give Trump a fucking giant pass because he was new to politics and you guys have been fucking it up for 50 years. So now Cuomo, who's got a 30-year history of being fucking shady with women, is now all of a sudden on your radar. All of a sudden. Right? But there's other people like this. So when the spotlight breaks on somebody, then all of a sudden they're concerned that this is outrageous. But there's no in like, what is it, investigative reporting on any of these people unless they fall from grace. They're falling from grace already, right? And that's what it is. Because I mean, if you really want to get into this, you can still open up the Epstein files and look at all the people who are sick pedos who can't been charged with shit, who are walking around, who gave them money for no reason, and all this other stuff. Man, the American news system is just as shitty as the American electoral system and the American political system and the American policing system and the American judicial system and the American education system. Lord, we need to fix our shit. Another not proud moment for Rudy Giuliani. Now you want to hate him? You know, we were telling you Rudy Giuliani was a piece of shit in the 80s. This goes back to what I'm telling you. You let the bad guys reign, make a fortune, make more connections, gain more power, and do more evil shit. And then all of a sudden, when he falls from grace, then all of a sudden you're about it. And you're not even fully about it. Yeah, man. I don't even know what to tell you. Anybody know what's going on with the Olympics? C. Murder believes concealed document with DNA evidence can prove his innocence. First of all, your name is C. Murder, right? And you're in jail for murder. Maybe you should have named yourself I didn't do it. There's a lot of knuckleheads like this. But there's the Justice Department is fickle. I'm not, first of all, you play a game of corruption in a corrupt casino. Why do you think you're going to win? Right? I get being poor. I get it. But to break other poor people and then have the people who breaks people to come for you and then you go, oh, everything's unfair. The people that I sold poison to should rally to my defense and help get me out is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. In no version does that make any sense. Yeah, so this podcast is going to stop being about guitar, although I'm going to still learn to play the guitar. I really need to change these strings. I might do that this weekend as a celebratory. I got to read more books and see, this is what I want to do other than read the flipping news. because the news is always trying to sell me something as it's lying to me. You know what America should be doing? It should be breaking up these giant tech corporations. That's what it should be doing. Apple introduced a parental control feature that scans messages for nudity. A lot of this just feels like censorship. If they can do that for that, not just then they can do it for you. If they can scan for nudity, if they can scan for nudity, right? Then they can scan your devices uh, for anything. Quite frankly, I was gonna say racism or anti-Semitism would be good, but then they would say that violates your XYZ to be free to hate people, right? You could scan everybody's thing for child porn. Why don't you do that? Look, here's the thing. The Verge. Bill Gates admits meeting with Jeffrey Epstein were a huge mistake. Yeah, yeah. No one's gonna look into it. Look, everybody's got a shitty black book and text messages and phones and right. They took all the Epstein shit. Did they dump any of that stuff? Did any of it leak? He didn't have pictures. Man, it's my opinion, only my opinion. But I think Bill Gates is a sketchy pedo. I just think so. My opinion, again, only my opinion. But I also think that about the former president. All right, so what are we looking at here? Yeah, I mean, look, what was I saying? Your privacy is gone, right? Americans have the right to privacy, but you gave it up with all this internet bullshit and signing stuff away, these weird, evil contracts. You shouldn't be able to give it up, but the government didn't do anything. So if it does anything, they're going to have to do it retroactively. Yeah, push down on the damn thing, man. All right, so remember, you can learn something new so you don't go fucking crazy with the politics of it, with the bullshit of these people. And look, bad people raise bad people, right? If you're out here smacking women around and claiming that you like your moms and your sisters, I think you're full of shit, right? If you're out here devouring guys and setting them up for traps and all this other woman and claim that you like your brothers and your sons, I think you're full of shit. America has a corrupt justice system. It always has. It's fed on black people for all these years. And I think the arrogance of what is told the average white person about themselves is that they're somehow better and this doesn't happen to them. Yeah, it's on the books now. It's going to happen to you, goofy. Why wouldn't it? You're not rich. You don't know any. All those people who stormed the January 6th, they're the example of what I'm talking about. Think of the arrogance of that. And not just that, there was a case five years ago, maybe 10 years ago, where these guys tried to go and invade like a Mexican country. Like just these good old boys, ex-military guys, just kind of, like the 8 or 12 of you is going to overthrow a country. What was it? It wasn't Nicaragua. It might have been. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how goofy this has gotten. But it's fucking goofy. Do you want to know some more news? I wish I could scroll this to you, but I can't. I wonder. Meeting with Jeffrey Epstein was a huge mistake. Yeah, you think so, Mister? I'm so smart. I made $1 billion by the time I was 25, and good on you. But then it just becomes the arrogance of I can't be touched, right? Money is not power, people. I keep saying that. Epstein had money, right? He didn't have power. You know who has power? Prince Albert has power. Bill Gates and Bill Clinton has power. Nothing's happened to those guys. You know who also has power? Donald Trump. Yeah, he's not going to jail. Stop saying that. He absolutely has power. Everybody else has money. Power is a totally different thing. And I always say, you don't need to pray, oh, I wish I had money and power. That's redundant. Once you get power, you get money. There are no powerful people with no money. And if I was nobody, somebody, if I was nobody who became a somebody, the first thing that would happen is I would live in a better place, especially politically. I would live in the grand mansion, right? Ours is the White House. Someone else's is the what is that place in Britain? The Buckingham Palace, right? So you would instantly move there, right? Everybody goes, "Oh wow, you, Bob, are absolutely right about your philosophy. You are great. We're following you." Like Lech Walesa, as a matter of fact, right? You know the story of Lech Walesa. Lech Walesa was essentially a union guy who worked in Poland shipyards, and he was like, "This is unfair." They raided his house and they arrested him, right? And he was speaking up for the people. And then, like after he got kind of like, no, they raided his house and arrested him before his power took off, and people across the country lost their shit, and the government had to let him go, right? And the outside of the country also like, what is up with that? So they let him go, and he ends up like fixing the union issue, right? Then running for office, being president for 8 years, being great, like super beloved. But it's that guy. Like the day before he gave a speech, he was just a dude working on a ranch, right? Working on the sea at the seaport. Now he's a beloved ex-politician. Would you still think he's living in a one-bedroom fucking house? Absolutely not. Right. With power comes money. For instance, if I had power, I love what's that thing? Beef stroganoff. I'm sure I'd be able to find a cook who would be happy to cook at the Grand Palace or whatever and make me beef stroganoff. And if I don't like this one, I get another chef and I get another, that's power, And you may go, that's power. I'd go, yeah, who doesn't want to work there? Who doesn't? It's a huge thing to work there. And being asked is a huge thing. And being relieved is sort of a shot at you, quite frankly, right? This is power. And that's just cooking. But then Hillary Clinton fired a pastry chef who's been there forever. He's been there forever. She walks in, boom, you're out. Can't appeal that. But I've been here for 18 years. So what? Get out. Be out by tomorrow. Okay. It's power. It's government. Those guys standing there with guns are not there for decoration, right? They will cart your ass clean the fuck out of there. Your feet will never touch the floor. Power. 5 Palo Alto police officers sued over Black Lives Matter mural. Some say that, yeah, I mean, at this point, the cops are at war with the citizens. Yeah, I think the citizens should not fucking back down one iota. Because they're essentially saying, I can do whatever I want to you. And crime is up because cops aren't doing their jobs. You can easily find that out by looking at the numbers. And actually, all cars have computers in them. See who's sitting in their car for 8 hours while calls go by. Man, the shit that people are selling me on television. Why is Amanda Knox in the newspaper? Sinisterly famous. Yeah. Former Louisville police officer pleads guilty to hitting a person in the head during an arrest. Let's just read the first paragraph of this. Former Louisville police officer pleads guilty to hitting a person in the head during an arrest in May of 2020. Right. That was last summer. Right. That was after pandemic. That was Black Lives Matter. Right. A former Louisville, Kentucky police officer had pleaded guilty to hitting a kneeling person in the head who was surrendering during an arrest. So he was on his knees and he was surrendering. Did he have his hands in his pocket? Department of who was made last, according to a statement from the Department of Justice. So the Department of Justice charged him, and you can get 15 years for the Department of Justice. This is why the Department of Justice does never try anybody. All these things they'd be backlogged, but now all of a sudden, like they're charging people. What is it? Not the Justice Department. The FBI's that looks after cops when they do wrong. On May 31, during a protest following the police killing of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. Yeah, on May 31st, 2020, Evans was on patrol for violation of curfew and unlawful assembly. All right, so there was a curfew and he was out. According to the DOJ statement, as one man surrendered for arrest by going on his knees and placed his hands in the air. Evans struck the victim in the back of the head with a riot stick. Huh. According to the statement, the victim suffered a head wound, then fell forward and was taken into custody by other officers. Wow. Want to see my riot stick? It's back there somewhere. Ah, there it is. Can I even reach it? One of the few things I have from my days of those days, all right, I use it as a magic wand. It's sort of a shitty riot stick because the one that they swapped this out for was this long. It was better. This shortens your whole. I mean, the handle is big, but this shortens your whole. But I think that was on purpose. But this is much harder than. I mean, this shit right here is, how old is this? This is easily 25 years old. This will still clean your clock and rock your bell. I had to use it a couple of times, right on the meat of the leg, back up, bam. Yeah, that'll let you know that, I think it was better than going to jail. But better than being shot. Do I even want to leave this here? It's sort of a talisman from a million years ago. Where did I get it out of? There you go. All right. So this guy was kneeling and he just whacks him in the back of the head with a nightstick. As the man surrendered, placing his hands in the air, Evans struck the victim in the back of the head with a riot stick. According to the statement in the sentence, sorry. The victim, who suffered a head wound, then fell forward and was taken into custody by other officers. Evans faced one count of deprivation of rights when charged in June of this year. It took him a year and a month to learn his fate. That right there is torturous. He was later served with pre-termination papers, but no longer with. So when his department found out that the federal government charged him essentially with hate crime, there used to be a charge of breaking the law under color of authority, which means I'm a police officer, I've got this hat and this badge and all this stuff and all this authority that comes with that. Then I'm going to commit a crime because you let me in your house because I have authority, right? I'm police, open the door, let me in. Yeah, I'm innocent. Yeah, you can come in. If I was a random stranger, you wouldn't do that. I'm a random stranger. I want to check your house. Get the fuck out of here, right? But all of a sudden, I beat you up in your house. That's, you should have been in his house. You assaulted him because he defended him, like he was defending himself verbally, and then you beat him up, and you had no right to. Not only did you beat him up, you did all this under color of authority, under the idea that you took an oath to protect the rights and safety of people, and so I think this is what that is. And then his department fired him before he went to trial. He was later served with pre-termination papers and is no longer with the department. I guess he had a chance to, appeal it. Everybody gets a chance to. But everything's on camera, you moron. Evans is scheduled to be sentenced on November 23rd and faces a maximum of 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine, according to the statement. I don't like these fines. $250,000 fine is bullshit. These are, even as long as he is, these are fines that are designed to. Man, America's justice system is written by racist and evil, greedy people. 10 years should be fine. It should be 10 years or the fine, not both. But I can do anything I want to you, and no one's going to hold me accountable. Like that judge who was spanking it and squirted on those ladies. He got 25 years for that. I mean, it's the other judge who got off the stand and beat up a lawyer. They not immediately, but it took him like 5 years to fire him. There comes a certain amount of arrogance when you leave people in jobs too long. And that's all of them, right? And the people at the top build these walls to protect themselves from we, the people down here in the hinterlands, and also build laws that they can be, get rich and be corrupt. But then there's sub-laws that protect the people who keep them in play, right? And then those people, so $250,000 fine, according to the statement. While the vast majority of law enforcement officers are hardworking professionals who work conscientiously to protect the public. Corey Evans was simply not one of those officers, said acting special agent in charge Edward J. Gray of the FBI Louisville field office. So you got to put some shit in there like that. While everybody's really working hard and really, really good, every now and then you get a bad egg. You better stop it. You got like tons of bad eggs. This one guy is nothing. Why don't you do what they used to do with drug dealers? Flip them. Tell them about all the other cops. Go back. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, we don't want to, because that makes police work, and then we don't want to give. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore all those extrajudicial killings. Every citizen has a right to expect law enforcement officers to act in accordance with the law that they have sworn to uphold. Agreed. We entrust law enforcement officers with great power and authority, which we as a community expect them to wield with utmost integrity. Yes, agreed. This case provides another example that abusing that power and authority would not be tolerated in Louisville. Bullshit. I'm pretty sure that someone shot somebody and you ignored it. South Carolina congressman tests positive for COVID. So yeah, man, I mean, you could have avoided it. Now he's going to jail for 10 years. The guy was on his knees with his hands up, and you whack him in the back of the head with everything you got. With it, that could have broke. I mean, a laceration. They're saying a wound. A wound could be anything. A wound could be ripped open and bleeding, or it could be a broken skull. Right? I mean, we would have to look at this. You know what? CNN is bullshit. Let's look up this former officer pleads guilty. Formerly, what was his name? Man, last Corey Evans 33. We're gonna look up Corey Evans 33 and see if anybody Corey Evans, and see if anybody else tells us what the injury was. Corey Evans, former cop. Let's put this up because they never want to put people like his picture wasn't in the let's present this hopefully where we won't lose too much. Come on, what are you doing? All right, so first of all, this is Officer Evans. So let's get an image. There you go. Yep. What was the point of it? Is this his arrest guy? Oh wow. Wow, they made it sound a wound. They made it sound wow. All right, let's get me out of here. Oh, that's not good. Why does it got a black eye? A Louisville Metro Police may soon lose his job. This was June 9th, 2021. After a court filing indicates he will plead guilty to hitting a protest in the back of the head with a riot stick in May 2020. Corey P. Evans is accused of prosecutor Evans struck a protester identified only as MC in the back of the head with a riot stick. MC was then handed as surrendering for arrest. MC received injuries from the incident. Of course, what was the injuries? And will be then proceed to a change of plea hearing, like went into a guilty plea. He's gonna get no time and a fine of like $10,000 because judges are full of shit, right? And besides, these unions give money to judges and all this shit. These cop unions. I mean, it's a Peyton's place of nonsense. Oh, did I just close hereby put from Ohio River on Thursday, Southern Indiana? Oh, that's not good. Okay. Heavy possible. It doesn't tell you his injuries. See, this is how they write police fucking. Like if it was me hitting somebody, they'd have told you all sorts of like in-depth stuff, so you could be outraged by it. But this is a serenely Sesame Street neat writing of a police assault. Before an officer's fired becomes a free dog, given the chance to make a case to keep their job in predetermined. Afterward, the chief renders the final decision on the key. C did not respond, but the chief officially said, okay. Brian Butler, attorney representing Evans, declined comment. Of course, they declined comment. The case has been Evans earned 59 grand. Oh, good Lord. Come on, man. What in the world? Evan earned 59 grand annually, according to his salary. Since 2014, he was a police recruit. The U.S. Department of Justice Division, charged interview under the Title 18 Civil Rights Statute, including deprivation of rights under the color of law. Yeah, we just said that. The making is a crime for anyone. So people accused of attacking said this is not the first time. So yeah, he's got a track record. Sued the city and Evans along with Officer Kyle Carroll and Sarah Nicholas in Jefferson Court. In 2018, Evan was caught on camera repeatedly punching Jarvis Ransom as he was pulled from his car during a traffic stop in West End. Ransom's mugshot from Metro Correction showed him in a neck brace with a swollen eye. All right, so this is not the guy he hit in the back of the head. This is the previous guy. So why do you have the previous guy picture here, but no picture, of the other three cops? This is why people don't trust Attorney General Merrick Garland. Yeah, this is why, because the new Attorney General is like, you're going to charge some of these fucking people. Yeah, the whole position is fuck you, we're the cops, we do what we want, and you better rein it in, or I'm telling you, you're gonna have these cops live on military bases. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's gonna have to happen. All the charges against Ransom. Someone stabbed the Pentagon cop yesterday. That guy was crazy. The lawsuit has since been moved to the federal court in the Western District. The city has been dismissed from the case, but Evans and other officers remain defendants. Oh, so the city won't have to pay this. They're going to have to pay this. Evans ultimately was cleared by then chief. Yeah, See, the chief cleared him. This is just a rampant. Look at him. Just a rampant. What is this? Did I pop these and open all of these? Good Lord. Is this the guy? Oh, no, yeah, this is the bar owner who was killed. CNN, this is a story that I just read that has this is not the story. No charge will be brought against law enforcement over the fatal shooting of a Louisiana restaurant owner last year. He fed him for free for 10 years. They show up during a riot and kill him. Good job, guys. Ugh. The whole thing is just incredibly disturbing. Yeah, he don't look happy to be an inmate. Naked Florida driver. What is wrong with people? Courier Journal. Did we just read this? Yeah, we did. Courier Journal. It's on video of you beating him up. I don't know, man. This should not still be going on in American policing agencies. I'm trying to find the injuries. Guilty must serve pre-termination department. Kneeling, surrendering, hidden back of the head with a stick. All right. Evans is scheduled to be arraigned. A charge of plea with Evans alleged willful deprivation. The alleged took place. The case has been assigned. Yeah, no pictures of him. No real cell phone. Yeah. I mean, the people who write these fucking articles. No one. Yeah. It really is just finger on the scale, baby. But I said before and I'll say it again. It's a good gig. You gotta fill it with people who will do the gig and not these hipster knuckleheads. All right. Yeah. Sad to say, man. Sad to say, but some of this stuff is just unnecessary. Oop, here I go. Unnecessary. And he brought that shit on himself. I mean, the guy was kneeling with his hands up, and you just run up and whack him in the head with a stick. I mean, a stick will kill you. You feel me? Your head is sensitive. That's why it's so much time. It's not like he ran up and punched you in the face and he's looking at 10 years. But I want to know what the judge is going to give him. Something the judge is going to be like, Shame on you. Come here, Muffin. Give me a hug. You go on, you little scamp. I don't think that's likely to happen because, like I said, he's got that other lawsuit pending, and that one's going to be a doozy. I'm freaking hungry. I do have a giant fruit cup. Let me grab that. Woo! I could go for a burger. Should have bought something to hold this with. Oh, man, get cold. So, oh, oh, good Lord, man. This thing is just, yeah, I got to do something about this screen. I know we just leave it there. There you go. So, what have we learned, boys and girls? That sometimes the good guys are the last people you want to see, quite frankly. Sad but true. Normally, when I find these, they're full of melons. I hate melons. I found one. Strawberries. Love strawberries. Pineapples. Fucking love pineapples. Grapes. Who don't like grapes? Woo. What more? Mm, 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 mm. It was the wrong way. There you go. The awesome thing about this is just toss them in the fridge, freeze them up, throw them in the blender, hit them with a little milk. Smoothie. So what have you learned, boys and girls? Seriously. Got to keep an eye out for who write the stories, how the stories conveyed to you. Coma has a long history of shady shit, though. That's the thing. Man dies from COVID after being brainwashed over vaccine, says family. The GOP fears grow over Herschel Walker as party leaders seek other candidate in Georgia Senate race. See, they don't want who the people want. They want people who can join their golf club and help them maintain power and shit for themselves. Like Nina Turner would have been good for the Democrats. I think Herschel Walker should win. He would be good for the Republicans, but they don't want that. They want to maintain their, oh, no. We know what's good for you. You just stay out there beyond the gates while we sit here in our finery. So I'm watching to see how that one plays out too, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be good. World Health Organization is ridiculous. It wasn't just the mob. Government insiders tried to keep Trump in power too. Says who? This is an opinion piece. You run a newspaper. You know, you shouldn't be able to print shit like this without naming names. You're just accusing people without actually accusing them, and breeding paranoia into the country about other country. So there's someone in the government trying to kick off a coup with Trump. Who are they? The arrogance of this Steve Vladek. Who? Any names? No names. He's a professor at the University of Texas School of Law, co-editor in chief of Just Security, co-host of the National Security Law podcast, and a CNN legal analyst. Okay, yeah, all right. I don't believe anything he has to say. Um, but don't get me wrong, the whole place is a shit show. Chicago House icon Paul Johnson, house music all night long. Say what? Dead at 50 due to COVID. COVID is not playing around, people. Unvaxxed COVID patient posts video from ICU begging people to get the shot. Don't worry, have a cough. For God's sake. The last thing I need is COVID. Um, I wanted to ask if you thought that you had it to sit down and plan your goodbyes and funeral or go get COVID vaccine, what would you do? He's breathing heavily with the help of an oxygen mask. You can see the machine showing his vital signs visible in the background. It's hey everybody, the 40-year-old was waiting for it in between sentences with short, labored breath. Made it through the night. It was a long one. Campbell, his wife, and two of his children came down with COVID-19 last month. His wife told NBC News earlier, while he told Vice News that the rest of the family is improving with minimum setbacks, thankfully. The Bristol, Virginia man wasn't so lucky. He was admitted to the hospital on July 25th. Wow. Okay. That's it's about 11 days ago. The same day he posted on Facebook that he had never been this sick in my life. On Monday, he was moved to the intensive care unit. Since he was admitted to a hospital, Campbell has been posting videos. Bill Gates very sorry he parted with Jeffrey Epstein. Cop pulled their gun on a black realtor showing their home to a black client. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, so what do you, I mean, there's tons of these stories. I'm not getting the COVID shot, blah, 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 and then bam, you get sick, and then you're on TV. People going, look, this guy didn't get the COVID shot. You're trending all over the place. There's a lot of people who got the COVID shot and died too, right? But those aren't the people we're going to show you. Look, my opinion, get the fucking shot. Err on the side of caution, right? But no one can make you do that. So, especially if you got little kids. You got little kids, you want to see them get older? Get the fucking COVID shot. You can go to their weddings versus them going to your funeral. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Pretty good. So I don't even know what to tell you, man. I mean, the government can't get people to take the shot because they're incompetent, quite frankly. They really are. I'm gonna top this off. I put fruit in it because I'm special. Uh, gotta tell you, man, this country's always telling you what you must be and what you can't do. In the land of freedom, I find that just to be amazing. Am I gonna? Good Lord, I have to get another ice cube too. Excuse me. You know, all the while pushing the military on you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your. You shouldn't be doing that in America. Oh, that's some good stuff. He's my ice cube. So, I mean, we all know that you can just freeze fruit and use them as ice cubes, right? I never understood why people don't do that. It's another way to get fruit in your life, right? Have your Bloody Mary with like a giant head of lettuce if you want to. Whew. Man, it was cold this morning and then it got sunny and bright and it is beautiful. I need to get a gig. All right. Just put this here. Top on that. Not too tight though, because I'm gonna get back in it. Oh, boys and girls, boys and girls, boys and girls. It is gonna be an interesting life for you as long as you demand that it be interesting. A lot of people are just fucking pod people and they just want to complain or admire what other people are doing. And when I tell you, you can do just as much shit too. I mean, first of all, some people are scared. They were never going to leave the house or be the first one to fly or do any of that. But the government has made it so that that's more people than it should be. In the new millennium, like you should be able to be a doctor if you want. But then that will cut into the monopolies a lot of these fucking people have. Am I gonna? So yeah, I'm beginning to really get like the idea that we're gonna switch up the pod, right? The idea that I'm gonna start writing. I've been like plotting my super graphic novel that I was supposed to be writing for 15 years. I'm gonna do that. That should hopefully by my schedule uh, should likely be done, or at least first draft should likely be done by January. And I think I'm gonna go into Meetup and find other people to do this in person. So I can talk to you and then go, oh, last week we did X, and a lot of other people did it too. Because I'm pretty sure that other people are going to want to do something other than yell at politicians. So it's going to be good. You heard the crows? Earlier today, there was a big ass hawk, like not in just in the grass. Like he pecked some stuff in the grass. I was like, why is there a hawk on the ground? But there was no crows. You didn't hear anything. I was like, but he was big. He was big. He had to be like a foot and a half tall. And then I know that doesn't sound big, but for a bird, that's fucking ginormous. And yeah, all the other birds were. But here you see like the ravens chasing the starlings. It is a thing, baby Bubba. Here's a question. Anybody wants to answer it? If you could live a long life without anything, alcohol, pills of any kind, no aspirin, no alcohol, no, and anything stronger than that, nothing. Uh, would you do it? How long would you live? Would you love to live 100 years in this pristine and antiseptic environment? Are you supposed to get a little schmutz on your soul, as the Jews say, schmutz? I'm checking the comments. Obviously, the millions of people, everyone's shy, but that's all right. Um, mm, Tastes totally different with fruit and like strawberries and pineapples in it. So, uh, how are we gonna do this? Seriously, I think we're just gonna start rebuilding an audience, but we want sort of an interactive audience. So I won't be doing all the talking anymore. But I don't. I defend it. I about to say I don't dislike it. I defend it. Us, me, us, me, us, me, us, me. Uh, Esme is a name, but us, me is wrong. Us and we are sort of trying to pick up a new hobby, pick up like get up on our discipline, pick up. I mean, our discipline has suffered some, but we're sort of augmenting and changing, and you know, we're back in the game slightly differently. But like I said, we were doing 2 a days. Uh, now we're just going to do one a day. I mean, I should change this room. There's this girl I want to ask to be part of this. Here's the problem, ladies. I love y'all, but the jumping through the hoops. I get your man jumping through hoops, but the hoops jumping has to stop. I shouldn't have to jump through hoops as your friend trying to get you to like be on TV, essentially. Um, yeah, I just need to show up in blue jeans and a t-shirt, hair in a bun. That's it. You don't need to cover your like this is a Vogue shoot. None of that shit is necessary. I just need your honest, God's honest opinion of what's going on and where you're coming from, and how you view the world from the eyes of a lady. I'm not getting any of that. I'm not getting any of it. I also need another dude in here. Like when I first started the podcast, I had two other people. T to the P. What up, T? And Flawless Green, my man Flawless. Um, and they were much younger, and they put some stuff in perspective. But the show shifted. It was me, then it was them, then it was me again. It's like here when we went from 7 o'clock and four, then from 7 to 7, and then back to 7 to 4, and then from 7 to 6. Right? Not 7 to 6. 7 a.m. and then 4 p.m. and then 7 a.m. then 7 p.m. and then 7 a.m. then back to 4 p.m. and then 7 a.m. back to 6 p.m. Right? 2 days. Now we're just going to be doing PM shows, except for Sundays and Saturdays, because Sundays is church. Come get some. Come, you know you want it. You know you want it. And we talk good, hopefully healthy, emotional shit. We try and encourage you to get to the next level with us. We don't want you to get there but without us and leave us. And if you do get there without us, come back for us. That's the way that's supposed to work. What the way it works now is people pull the ladder up behind them and leave you in You got to be able to play a guitar, man. Play a harmonica. Till away on the pianos. What has America done to its citizens that we don't do any of that? And they just keep going to Europe to bring more people here. Ugh. They've de-educated people so they can have power. Yeah. It's hard for me to vote for the standard two parties. You know what? I feel less bad about me fucking this shit up like that because I couldn't do that a month ago. And I know in a month I'll be better. So I'm sure people are like, oh, what the fuck is he doing? And I say, oh, you've got 30 years of practice, you're fine. But I'm chasing you with my little bit of know-how in a month. And other people who've never played, I'm like, you couldn't do what I'm doing now. Right? So either way, I'm respectful where one group is, but I'm chasing them. And the other people who never bothered to try, I'm not even, and that's the way I'm beginning to look at a lot of this. Right? So when I talk politics, you don't know politics, why am I even bothering with? Listen to what you have to say about it. Right? Know some history about what's going on here. Not read some people's books so they can tell you what they think about it in book form. Like remember your history and how it impacted you. Right? But if you do know all that and you remember how it impacted you and you went to school and read all these books, yeah, I'm gonna dice it up with you. But I'm a weirdo. I'm a creep. I'm a loser. I thought that was a fly up there. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, oh, she's running out the door. She's run. I can't stop this song. She's running out. She's running out. Run, 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 run. It's a nice build, right? Whatever makes you happy. I love that line. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever you want, whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I can just see that. That whole song reminds me of high school me. I don't. It might remind you of 30, but like me in the ninth grade, that was me. Oh my god, you're so awesome. Oh my god, you're just so. I really love your poem. If I could go back in time and tell that kid anything, I'd tell him not. Don't change anything. I might throw you off whatever trajectory you're on. I would tell them a little bit more of study, more of what they want you to study, than ignoring the shit they want you to read and going and reading all the shit. I used to read so much, but I never read what the teachers wanted me to read. They were always just the worst. And then I just read other places. And then I found these guys in about the 9th or 10th grade who just introduced me to all this other shit, all these new books. Good Lord. So yeah, I don't know. Find the you that is in you before you become a fucking pod person. It makes some people. I think America makes some people. Some people just. It allows some people to be ridiculous and arrogant, and it allows other people to be downtrodden and set upon. And while this all goes on, everybody discusses it and discusses because we're also about the law. So we discuss and nothing ever gets better. But like these lawyers become super rich outside of politics and super rich inside of politics. Was I on Periscope? No, I was not. How you doing, William Conway? I was never on Periscope. I don't even know what Periscope is. I know it's an app, but I don't know what it's for. So, what was it for? Like I know Instagram is for family photos, right? Not family, but like photos. And what's the other one? I don't even know what Facebook is for. So we have been streaming for an hour, and eating fruit laden whiskey. Come here, strawberry. Strawberry float, pineapples and grapes do not. So you make a good fruit salad, you know which fruits float and which fruits don't. And then throw some ice cubes in there and give people like a long like toothpick so you can get the stuff at the bottom if you want them. It was a Twitter app. Periscope was Twitter? What was it for? Hold on, I may have to look this up. Put your comment on screen. I have to look this up because I would like to know. Periscope. Periscope. Periscope was an American live video streaming app. Oh, it was for live video. And acquired by Twitter before launch in 2015. It was discontinued in March 2021. It was around for 6 years and I didn't even know it. What kind of stuff was put on Periscope? Papa Roach featuring Skylar Gray, Periscope alternate video. It was just live. Twitter shutting down live video streaming app. The ultimate guide to Periscope. Update confirmed. Okay, this is old news. Where's Wikipedia? Periscope wiki. All right, Periscope. Oh, good Lord. Periscope album app. All right, here we go. Was an American flag Kevin Baycourt and Joe Bernstein acquired by Twitter. Baycourt and Bernstein came up with the idea of Periscope while traveling abroad in 2013. Baycourt was in Istanbul when protests broke out in Taksim Square. He wanted to see what happened there, so he turned to Twitter while he could read about the protests. He could not see them. All right. They started the company in February 2014. Under the name Bounty, they raised 1.5 from founder collector Scott. I'm not even. It's not even up on screen. I'm sorry, guys. Similar to House, but better. Oh, are they? Oh, I didn't know this. All right, so let's swap these out so we can read what we're doing here. This is why they Google Ventures, Menlo Ventures. This is why they own everything. They have all the money, then they give you pennies to buy into your $1 billion idea. Somebody needs to break all these people up and find them half of their wealth. And yeah, redistribution, because at this point, it's a choke. It's a choke. It's impossible for you to climb out of wherever you are. Periscope was, and I think the people who run apps want to do the same bit. They want to get it working and then sell it to like Google or some shit. Periscope was acquired January 2015 by Twitter before the product had been publicly launched. One investor said before it was publicly launched. One investor says the acquisition was sizable, above 50 million. It was a guaranteed 50 million. Another said it fell between 75 and 100 million. 50 million seems low for an app that people are sort of bidding on. A third says the deal was smallish. The acquisition was officially announced they didn't have anything. They started with an app. So yeah, 50 million is 50 mil. All right, Periscope was launched. Later, Periscope was released on Android. Periscope announced they had been surpassed 10 million accounts for a month. It was launched. Yeah. Here's the problem with live. It's not for everybody, right? A live stream, and Actress Alyssa Milano autographs copies of her graphic novel. Her graphic novel? What? Doing an appearance at the Midtown Comics Manhattan. Oh man, I've been there a million times. Her assistant Kelly Cal left foreground stream video of the event on Periscope. Copyright issues. The app can be misappropriated for copyright infringement, an issue that was raised around the time of the app's launch when several users of the service used it to air the 5th season of premiered HBO Game of Thrones. Because people are fucking stupid, right? So HBO has stated the service needs better tools and policies to deal with copyright content. I mean, you just live stream a TV show from your phone. Like, who don't know that's a problem? This is why we have all these laws, because most of us swim where we should, but some people are idiots, and then they go, you have to write a law, don't climb the mountain at night or you'll fall off, right? Then you got to write a law, don't speed 90 miles an hour through a neighborhood because people are fucking stupid. Now, before you know it, all these laws are used against you, everybody who would never do these things. And the only people who don't have any laws anywhere near them are politicians. Whew. Other complaints have come from acting on behalf of the NFL, the Premier League, the US Open. Yeah, people are now streaming shows and football and other people's Taylor Swift concerts. Yeah, people are ridiculous. As of July 5th, Periscope released an update where users can choose whether to save their broadcasts or delete them after 24 hours. Although scope disappeared, users were able to capture their scopes and other live stream apps using Catch Me. A television channel based around Periscope is Periscope TV. Yeah, that all sounds ridiculous to me. It all sounds goofy. But the art of live streaming is being able to like chit chat and talk to people, quite frankly. And sometimes you have to be able to chit chat and talk to nobody, like I do, like most days here. Unless you're going to live stream other people's content, you're going to live stream a riot every day. Well, I mean, if you had an account and some groundbreaking thing happening, aliens landing in your front yard, right? You're like, oh my God, look at the aliens landing in my front yard. And you got a trillion views on a planet full of 7 billion people. You got like 5 billion people. You like the most, but what did you film the day before that? What you filmed the day after that? You know what I mean? And a lot of that stuff, I find they just become another era that corporations move into. So, yeah, I was never on Periscope. Woman looks 15 years younger, quote unquote, 15 years younger after following advice by TikTok teens. Maybe that's the sad thing. Maybe you should be happy to age gracefully and not have to look like you're fucking 15. You know what I mean? Because children say so. America is always pushing you 18 to 30. I didn't like it when I was 18 to 30. I think there's a sick predilection with it. It reminds me of like what's that? The Mexicans who would like ritually sacrifice people while they were young, right? To get like the spirit of the gods or whatever. It reminds me of that. It's like an altar of death, always sucking up young people's energy, right? So these 70-year-olds can run these giant corporations. It's just a little dark, and it's the new millennium. We should have moved past this dark age European nonsense. It's the new millennium. So what does that mean? I have no idea what it means, but I'm pretty sure that you shouldn't be, everything is still sexual. Everyone is still pushing you sex and then complaining when you get caught doing sex, right? Don't do sex. But you're modern and I'm a modern woman and da-da-da. Okay. Now you're doing sex and people are like, wow, I'm gonna do sex like that because this is what the movie stars are doing, right? I'm this guy in the office, like Mad Men, running through these women. All of a sudden, I'm a demon and a bad guy. Yeah, you are, because TV is not the movies. You know, I mean, American television has set the tone for a lot of bullshit. American movies have set the tone for a lot of nonsense. And you go, you can't treat people like this. You can't say this. You can't do this. And now all of a sudden people are angry. Like cop movies for a very long while were violent bullshit. And now you have a generation upon oh, that's a lot of fruit in this cup. Upon generation of like these movies, and you're the first. I don't like Law and Order. The first year of Law and Order had the lead actor guy throwing people up a wall in the interrogation room and threatening people. Like what? And then people see that and they get a job and they go out and they treat people like this. But Hollywood goes, oh hey, it's art and it's just and it's not. Yeah, it's propaganda. What it is. If I sat up there and told you in the same TV show every season those damn fucking Jews or da da da, you would grow up thinking, what is those damn Jews? And you would. And you know how I know? Because they did it with black people. First, we were idiots and morons, and I don't know, right? And they were always a sidekick to somebody. Even now, we're used as like magical beings in golf movies and shit, right? Until you go, nah, I'm not for that. Then all of a sudden, you're out of pocket in this weird way. You can only be one way, and that is agreeable to how I view you. And they do that to women in the workplace. Excuse me, when I say they, you know, if you hang out here, I'm talking about they in this scenario is the bad guy. And the bad guy is corporate movie people who push these stories. They could have had way better stories in the 70s and 80s under the civil rights and women's empowerment, but they don't. They still have what's cheap. What is it the newspaper say? If it bleeds, it leads, right? So they're still pushing that while going, I cannot believe we live in this kind of environment. If you push the idea that every time a cop did some bad shit, he'd go to jail, and you've been pushing that since the 50s or so, the 70s or so, you'd have a totally different police department. Because people will grow up knowing that shit is not the mode, right? But you have this, and then on top of that, you have in a nation full of, you know, the best politicians money can buy, right? And then racism in all these police departments, and people are acting like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." But I mean, Bull Connor was famously a racist Southern sheriff, right? The term "Good Old Boys Network" is an actual term. Nobody's pulling this shit out of their ass, right? I mean, they demonized the name of President Grant because he was the Civil War general who won the thing, right? Now he's just some drunk, stupid guy that lucked out. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, the other guy is revered and put on this. Yeah, you know, it's you let it just become a shit show. So, man, I am gonna get all of this. The ice is way down. I'm gonna get this filled, and we'll be right back. I mean, man. Okay, we have been streaming for an hour and 25 minutes. Here's a problem. Uh, I want to hang out until the sun sets, which is about another 35 minutes. Why didn't I bring one of those in here? So yeah, when we change this from a guitar learning thing mode, we're gonna shift it back to. I feel like you were here before, William Kahn, when you asked me this before about Periscope. Um, I've been missing playing games. I bought 2 games this weekend. I've got like 10 games that I bought in my Steam account that I have yet to play. Oh, we just lost imagery. What just happened? I didn't touch anything. A lot of Persical people are on Haps. That is amazing to me. Maybe that explains what's going on here. I find this environment really odd. I really do. Yeah. So we're going to start. We're going to do like 20 minutes of guitar practice every day. And it's going to be stuff like this. A to D to A to E. Thank you for showing up on this. And you're going to be like, that's the new pod? That's fucking horrible. And I'm going to be like, yeah, well, nobody promised you flowers. You knew the job was dangerous when you took it, friend. And there are 16 chords that we're going to learn, because I heard the Beatles knew about 16 chords when they started doing their thing. And I was like, you know what? Even if that's not true, I like the sound of it. It's like, it's like the 10,000 hours myth. It's like the 10,000 hours myth, which isn't true, but if you work it, but it's a nice myth. It sort of helps you move along. So you go, oh, 10,000 hours, or I'll do an hour. But 10,000 hours they say is a myth. But I say you're never as bad as the first day you started some shit. So if you're learning shipbuilding, the first day you sucked. The second day you sucked a skosh less, and then a little less. I mean, one day, oh, you're at the tipping point of good, right? And that's the way it works, because you invest time and energy in something. Yeah. You need friends, because friends will send you goofy shit that will put a smile on your face in the middle of the day, middle of the night. Oh my God. It's 7:30. We're not supposed to mention what time it is. It's an hour and a half. It's a half an hour past the hour. It's a half an hour past the hour. It's an hour past it. It's half hour past the hour, and we've been streaming for an hour and a half. Are we gonna keep riding? We can cut this on, right? Because I feel like it's dark in here, but it isn't. And besides, I've got a glass full of fruity whiskey. So in my old man days, that needs to be stirred. Good Lord. In my old man days, I intend to be the coolest motherfucker sipping whiskey, walking with a cane, and playing guitar. Me and my man Panic, my man Smooth Panic, for all you who aren't uninitiated. I call him Panic because I can't call him Smooth. You think he's a black guy. So my man Panic, we were talking about guitars today. And I was like, Like, I'm not crazy about the sound of this guitar, but that's fine. My electric right here. What you over? Come over here. Come here. Come here. Right. Actually, we could just. Where you go? There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. And I was telling them I played the acoustic more, and it's been a while since we even stood up with a guitar in our hands. So maybe we should tilt this up, swing this up here a little bit, pop this up a little bit, head level. Have me set back a couple. Ooh, that's not good. Have me set back a little bit. That's better. See, I mean, yeah, that works good. All right, so we're pretty decently close to good. I actually don't want these. That'll work. Yeah, so y'all don't need to see me do this for the next year and a half, do you? Because this is what we're going to be doing for the next year and a half. Yeah, that's not good at all. All right. What are we going to do? We want to wait for the sunset. Trying to get this A down, this C down. So we mm, I told you about the dream I had where somebody told me that they liked my song. And I was like, "You like my song?" I was like, I woke up immediately. I was like, I should write a song. Don't know what I'm doing, but that's how it seeps into your subconscious, right? I don't know how to write a fucking song. I really liked your song. I was like, what? It was the freakiest dream, man. Because I know that if you do something a lot, 3 4 hours a day, and immerse yourself in it, like we've been doing when we first started this a month ago. Let's tip this down a little bit. A little higher than that, baby. Please, 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 baby, please, baby, baby, please. Yep, not a little lower than that. There you go. And then we take this and we drop that. And then we swing this back. Where was this? It was like this, right? Ugh. We'll figure it out. Was it that far back? I guess it was. All right. Well, whatever. Look at this, man. The oh, good lord. What's making me crazy about this restreamer is the fucking video quality. So I think I'm gonna slide in like I always do. Play more games, hang out with my homies more, and try and be a streamer who does politics and gaming and music. Wow, look at all the fruit in this thing. Did I just spill that all over me? I absolutely did. When is it's 8:07? It was 8:06 yesterday. It's 8:05. When sunset?
Sunset will be at 8:06 p.m. today.
When is sunset tomorrow?
Sunset tomorrow will be at 8:05 p.m.
Okay. See, where some things are consistent and we appreciate it. Like sunsets. 13 minutes. Only got. You know what? Yeah, I know. I come across as an odd person, right? Because I tell you all this like political stuff, but I also tell you about this natural and nature stuff. Like, I love to. There's been more than one program where we stopped everything because the storm was rolling in, right? For all the cowboy shit, all the warrior shit, you got to be able to appreciate your environment, right? Like the trees and the grass, right? Get out there in it and stop crying about the pollen. Maybe the pollen is so bad you shouldn't be here. We'll be right back. All right. This is the last one. The last one. All right, you ready? Ooh. So we've got what? You got one more pineapple and two grapes in there. Think we should risk it? Let's go crazy. Look at this screen. I've been saving these. I'll wash it out. Got a bunch of all. What I'm gonna do is use them as planners. Oh wow! Look at the imagery. What happened? Oh, let's put my hand completely over the screen. Just a mess with it. Yeah. Well, what was that? Oh, it's gotten better. I don't know, man. Um, I'm a loyalty guy. I don't like labels on me, quite frankly. But the only sneakers I generally wear are like Nikes, right? And not kids. Good lord, what's the name of those shoes? It'll come to me. Uh, Levi jeans. I've been wearing them forever, right? I don't really like people's logos on my body, but I am loyal to some shit. So somewhere along the line, they started making pants with elastic in them, and I actually bought one. I don't like them. um, Good lord. For a little while, I liked E Americas, Vans. So I wear Vans and look what I actually need a new pair. But yeah, see, here's the thing. I have to learn that, like a lawyer, I have to know all the stuff on YouTube, right? Terms of service. Then I have to know all the stuff on Twitch's terms of service. And I have to know all the stuff on this streamer's terms of service. And they're all different. I just can't talk to people. It's always some bullshit to cover their ass that, quite frankly, infringes on your right to speak. Right? So now all of a sudden you have to have $1 billion and a bunch of fucking lawyers. Look at this. Look at this. The Chiron is clear, Chesapeake, VA. It's not Chesapeake, but that's fine. Um, the yeah, this is what you get. Hmm. All right, let's keep that. I just took the title off. Now my name just keeps scrolling through, which is funny. Let's go back and undo what we just did. Can we undo what we just did? Yep, there you go. So Brave New World comes Sunday. And I've been, as I'm trying to learn this, I've been looking at all this stuff, and now you got this thing where you can play one thing, then record it, and then have it play that plaque while you play something completely different. Right? Then you have this dong 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 ding 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 ding. Right? And you're like, what? So you can do some light recording if you're clever. I'm not clever because I'm also not knowledgeable. Look at this imagery. This is the worst fucking restreamer. I think I'm just gonna have to buy one. How is it this bad? Here's another thing I noticed about this streamer, which is nice. Everybody seems, like I said earlier, like William Conway just told me, a lot of Periscope people on Haps. I was like, oh, okay. And that's why they're a community that's hard to break, right? They all know each other. A lot of them know each other, right? and I'm a little gritty. I'm some poverty-stricken Brooklyn dude. I still almost went down to the beach and had a 2 a.m. stream, a 2 p.m. stream. I was supposed to call my man back yesterday, and I didn't call him back. Oh, God. Ah. I told you I like nothing better than sitting at like watching TV and just fiddling with it. And that's where it starts. Look, man, if you're lost, try to go back where you were before you were lost. What age was that? Don't tell anybody. You ain't got to tell anybody. But what age was it? Mine's is at least 30 years ago when I lost my way. I should have continued on trying to be an architect. But I listened to people older than me who told me that I couldn't. So I often tell young people, don't listen to fucking people older. They've got a lot more experience of being miserable than they have at anything else. And they'll be the first one to tank your dream or latch onto you if they think that you're worth something. Not because you're good at it, that's because they're opportunists. Stop it. The great thing about playing the guitar is you can feel, look at this image. The good thing about switching it all up this week and the last day, this will be our 100th day, quite frankly. And I'd like to thank my man Biz for turning me on to this. But we'll settle out on our 100th day, and then we'll really kick our whole flow into gear. But something tells me it will likely be on YouTube and Twitch. No hating on this streamer, but this streamer is fucking, it's not ready for prime time. And I'm saying that as the person who is not ready for prime time, but does not give a fuck. You feel me? Some people have to go into the wilderness to do it, right? Nobody knows what that means. Man, America is more European than American. Wilderness motif is that whole you a gun, and your will go into the American wilderness and solve the problem. No one has an aesthetic like that, and they're trying to wipe it out so you can just be like a dilettante who wants to be European and sit on a beach and have somebody bring you something on a plate. Don't let America become that. Whew. The amount of fruit at the bottom of this drink is ridiculous. Does nothing float? Grapes don't float. Pineapples don't float. Mm. Strawberries float. The thing about grapes too, you have to pierce them up so the grapeness leaches into the wall tail. I once hung out with this girl when I was a young man. Oh, she got me so drunk on girly drinks. I think she knew what she was doing. Don't even remember the sex, quite frankly. I was just a mess. But yeah, it was like fruity drinks with strawberries and shit in it and fucking, yeah. And I'm sitting here thinking beers. That's back when I was like beer. And I knew to be wary of whiskey and rum and, yeah. But like, I was like beer. Beer just made you piss a lot, but you could have 15 beers before you were done versus having 5 drinks before you were done. I must have like 7 or 8 of those frou-frou drinks. I don't know what happened. I will tell you this: I was invited back, so it wasn't that bad, right? But I just calmed down on the fruity drinks. She had a blender. I think she may have been like an alcoholic before I knew it, but she was mad cool. There's a magic to women who are mad cool, who know their flow and their flavor in the world. She didn't blame. I don't. Well, I don't. We were young when I met her, but she had a very different vibe from all the other girls, and she didn't come across as needing men to do shit for or blaming men for. And I think she was like one of like 4. She was one of 4 girls, but she had like 6 brothers. Right? Her mother had like in white girl. Her mother had a ton of kids. Like Southern black people have like a ton of kids, and she had a whole different view of like women because she had a bunch of women in her family, and men because she had a bunch of boys in her family. But yeah, she smoked like a chimney. She drank a lot. She had her own issues. She was fucking awesome. She really was. Uh, One day asked me, and I'll tell you about the story about like the 5 or so girls. I think it was like actually 7. Me and my homie met, and we just asked him about life because we were like 26, 27. What do you want in 5 years? The only one was like, oh, I want to leave New York and have like meet my husband here, and I want to have like 5 kids, and I want to move back home. Her girlfriend was like, I'm gonna be you want somebody's money. Somebody why they would just discuss it with her. She was, and what we were trying to talk her out of it, they wanted to be like the heads of their like the department, but like their divisions and lawyers here and blah blah blah. She's like, nope. And I fought the while that I knew those 7 girls, she was the only one who I knew for like 2 years, met some guy. I heard she was engaged 2 years later, talked to them 3 years because she like I knew her for 2 years. She met some guy and then was gone. And then they would tell me like 3 years later, oh, she went back home. She got married. And I thought she said this is what she wanted, right? And I always thought, well, I wonder if she met a guy back from her hometown or met a guy who was like, I've been in New York or from traveling in from Jersey my whole life. I just want to get out of it, you know? But she was clear on what she wanted. This was a means to her. But all the other girls, they had other tragic stories, right? Falling off. in any way. Women have their own struggles, man. You got to give it to them. Men, like, yeah, we're out here fighting it out against the outward enemy, but also against each other here within. We all want the best gig, the best that, the best pelt, right? Everybody wants to hunt the mammoth. We do it differently. That should be respected. It really should be respected. And it is not. You're a pig. How dare you? A lot of I'm like, what other than sometimes you have to be mean to some people, really. And that includes women. Other than all this, I want shit. What have you done? Then all of a sudden it's like, I had women tell me, I've never been spoken to that way. I was like, maybe you should be spoken to that way. You're out of pocket. You're out here demanding shit. And then years later, I found out it's called being a Karen. When like somebody who can, and I think black women do this for, quite frankly, it's not just one, but like Emmett Till was killed because of a Karen, right? But there's an arrogance of like nonsense, like Viola Liuzzo, one of my, I always pronounce her last name wrong, was 23. She had 5 kids, 7 kids, driving people in the civil rights march, and the train rolled up, drive by the car, and shot her in the head with a shotgun. Killed them at 23. There should be a statue of that woman. She was about it. She was absolutely about it. Women should insist on it, and they don't care because all the women that are glorified in American society are the wives of great men, or it doesn't matter. They're either the but they're not like average everyday ladies like Viola Luz are, right? She should be on a statue. She's still one of my heroes. I was taught to have your heroes like in your house, like pictures of them. I don't have any pictures in this house other than my family and my close friends. I have my friend's daughter there. Um, she's one of my favorite people because she thinks she's 5. She thinks I'm awesome. So of course she's good, you know. But yeah, it's sad and it's pathetic. And this imagery is really bad. Considering I'm not burning anything, I'm not showing any other video. For this to be like this shows that this fucking app really needs to get its head examined. Now I'm beginning to understand why none of the proprietors ever show up in my stream and go, "Hey, what's up? We're working on it." That would at least be honest. But no, we don't want to be criticized, so we're gonna. And this is why America is shit. No one ever acknowledges their wrongdoing, right? Or how they fucked up. Not like it's not on purpose, but once you get show a little weakness, everybody's ridiculous. Fix this. This app would be great if you just concentrated on one thing, and that is the image. If I cannot play a video game on this restreamer, it is a shitty restreamer. No disrespect to you guys here, but I mean that's honest. I think the people that you're paying money won't tell you that. This is free advice. In a land of people who video game, if you can't video game on your restreamer, it's not as you're not serious. And at least give us a date. I'm not going to do this for the next 6 months, 8 months, year and a half, while you fucksticks figure it out. Let us know what's coming. We got new updates, and this is why I love Steam. Steam will let you know a new game updates is coming, like in 2 months, 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, but like 2 months, 6 months, so you can look forward to a fix. Keeps people around. It's legit. But man, I had one stream for 2 hours where the whole thing was shitty. Who am I going to call for that? I just look like an annoying black guy complaining. I don't want to be an annoying black guy complaining. Um, I'm gonna knock this shit out. I'm on a mission from God. I would like to use your app to do it, but if not, that's fine too. I'll use someone else's app to do it. But we're gonna learn to play this guitar. We're gonna talk light politics, and we're gonna smoke these CBDs, which are not marijuana. Everybody, this is not marijuana. This is a cone of CBD. Okay, not marijuana. The difference between this and tobacco is after I put this out, 10 minutes later I smoke another one. I can put this out, go away for 12 hours, and just smoke it. Right? I'm not. It's not addictive. Is my point. The other thing about these CBD things is, how can I phrase this? While they're not addictive and they don't cause lung cancer, weed doesn't cause cancer. This is hemp. It's the cousin plant of weed. It doesn't cause cancer. But at the end of the day, I'm an ex-smoker. I quit smoking 30 years ago. Why am I still doing this? It's essentially smoking. Essentially, it is smoking. I'm just not having any addictive nature to it. That's right. That's fun. That's fun. That's why I asked you earlier. You know, could you live a life completely devoid of pills and weed and alcohol and drugs and whatever else you're on? How long would you want to live in that environment? If it was an educational environment, I could live forever like that, reading and writing and studying and being good at stuff. If it was a physical education environment, Both of those together, forever. But if in this environment where you just slog toward miserable and then slog back miserable, and then the people that you love the most all of a sudden leave you or divorce you or, you know, slide into like, then all of a sudden you need something. You either need this or you need a gun to finish them off and move on to the next level as they come to finish you off. Oh wow, look, the imagery is back. Right? You don't want any of those. You just want to be able to go, oh my God. You gotta know when to pull away and go, oh, I'm gonna paint, I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna cook. I'm just gonna concentrate for my family, for be off of social media for 2 weeks. And you should have a lot of that going on. You should be able to leave social media for a week or two at a time regularly. I absolutely believe it. Look at all the ice, the fruit at the bottom of this cup. So let me show you something. This is sort of disgusting. So I have this thing here that I put this glass on, right? Always with a bottom. Look at it. This is what ends up being on the bottom of your cup. There's this dirty circle of where I put like, because I put it on something, then I put it here. Then I put it on something, then I put it here. Then I travel back, then I put it here. So yeah. Ooh, and it's seeped through. It's good and disgusting. It looks like a stovetop. And that, mind you, I'm also smoking in here. Oh, I washed two things yesterday. They became pink. Nothing else did, but those two did. But this is what they're for. They're tea towels. They're supposed to get dirty and filthy. I must have 20 in the kitchen. I've got, I think, twice that in my art room where I paint. And those are all disgusting. All of them are disgusting. And mind you, this has a thing on it because it's. Ooh. What time is it?
It's 8:05 p.m.
Wow. What time is sunset?
Sunset will be at 8:06 p.m. today.
Wow. We've got a minute before sunset. I'm beginning to nudge and bump in this shit. So that's not a good sign. Not a good sign for you, but it's a fine sign for me. There you go. Sunset is in a minute. Now, mind you, boys and girls, that there is an 8-minute. How long does it take for sunlight to reach Earth?
Here's what I found from
I knew you wouldn't be able to tell me.
Sunlight takes about 8.3 minutes to reach Earth.
Okay, 8.3 minutes. So, at sunset, mind you, it's not going to be sunset in the middle of this country. Look at this imagery. Or sunset at anywhere near the West Coast, California, right? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. So it's not going to be sunset in like California, but it's sunset here on the eastern seaboard of the United States of America. What? I don't even know what that means. So yeah, and we've been watching the sunsets every day now for about a week, and this might continue. I like sunsets, sunrises, moonsets, moonrises. I like the ebb and flow of the ocean. I like the wind in the trees and the leaves turning brown, right? I love all that shit. I really do. Get out in nature. It's important. People are coming home now. I remember it used to be 9 to 5. Now it's like 8 to like 8:30, 8:10, 8:15. Well, it's like 8 to 7. And then by the time you drive home in the city, it's like 45 minutes. But here, it's like 20. So it is what it is, baby bubba. So please like and subscribe. You gotta like and subscribe. You know you wanna. You know you wanna. Even if it's just to keep me on point. But yeah, like, subscribe. Karma Armor on Twitch, my gaming tag. and True S Armor on YouTube. Here under the streamer is True Armor. Uh, the show will shift starting Sunday morning. Well, maybe not Sunday morning. We do the Sunday morning show, the Saturday and Sunday morning shows. Hold it, wait. This week's Saturday show is going to be the same as last week's Saturday show, but this week's Sunday show is going to be completely different. So just like and subscribe. We're on a 1,000-day journey. We're going to be streaming every day for 1,000 days, which is about 2 years, 7 months, about 3 weeks, if I remember correctly. Uh, we've been shuffling and shifting a lot. Hey, what's up, Chris? No, we're shifting the show. I'm still gonna do guitar practice, but there won't be 2 a days. Like I do a 7 a.m. show and then a 6 p.m. show, so there won't be 2 a days anymore. But there will be a 1 a day guitar practice, followed immediately by talk show, cooking shows, gaming channel, whatever. We're just not going to spread it throughout the course of 12 hours. It's all going to be compacted between 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Whatever we want, because like we said, we can run with it. So, but yeah, we're still going to be doing, excuse me, this guitar practice because I'm still obsessed with it. It's still my primary goal, but we want to be able to. This is really adjusting on the fly. This is 3 months, right? So we adjust every 3 months, like we said. And we're coming up on 50 days, and in these 50 days, day 48, right, is what we're doing tonight. Day 49 a.m. will be tomorrow, and day 50 will be Saturday 7 a.m. and Saturday 7 p.m. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. Excuse me. And then we'll shift it, and then we can cook, but it's always going to have music involved. I'm always going to be playing guitar. I'm not going to be playing anybody else's music, unless you allow me to play your music from your YouTube or Twitch channel, right? But I'm. It's about discipline, and I'm learning the guitar in this discipline phase. I'm learning music in this discipline phase, and my instrument is a guitar, right? So I'm still going to be doing that. So even if you pop in like 2 years and see, did this bullshit guy talking all that crap even bother to learn 3 chords, you're going to come back and be like, oh, wow, that's pretty amazing. But I don't think you want to see me do 1,000 days of this. Oh, wait, hold it, wait. Oh, wait, hold it, wait. Oh, wait, hold it, that's fine. You don't want to see that. And I realized that. And we were doing 3 hours and 5 hours of that on some days, right? And we had to learn a song. And we were learning sort of as a cheat, that really simple gingerbread song. Hold it. Ooh. Drinking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right. So I couldn't do that a month ago. I love doing that, but I couldn't do it a month ago. I'm not going to do it now. I have no reason to stop, but I do want to make this podcast popular. And like I said, we did have 2 other podcasts, like I want to say a year and a half. It's too longer than that. Probably 2 years ago. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna be knocking this out. We have to come up with a steady schedule, and we're gonna do it for like 45 minutes a day, every day. It just, like I said, it just won't be 2 a days. So we'll probably keep 20 minutes of guitar practice or so title, but that'll be 1 day, not 2 days, and then other stuff will happen, and it'll all be sort of grouped together. I gotta tell you, I like to start playing at like 4 when I get home from work. So that'll probably when I do it, 45 minutes, an hour then. And then I'll just kind of like do something else, cook dinner, when I used to have a dog, take the dog for a walk, right? But then come back at like 6 or 7 with other stuff. So yeah, I think I have a mad love for musicians and a great respect for guitarists in general. Like, wow, like how'd you get that thing to? Yeah, I'm not going to be anywhere near that. I know that, but to be able to go, ooh, I play a song or two with, you know, it's like being associating yourself with an astronaut. Oh yeah, he went to Mars and Venus and Jupiter and to the Andromeda. But you know what? I clean space helmets. I clean space helmets. No, that's not good. I help them. Get to that level or whatever it may be, until you're confident at that level, and then you go, I can do more, right? So we're slowly cruising our way into being a musician, and that's what we want. That's exactly what we want. But like I said, nobody's gonna watch me be bad at guitar for 3 hours a day for 3 years, and that's what it is. But you may be able to pop in and out occasionally and go, oh, every 45 minutes, okay, I see. Oh, look, this is show number, what we're doing, day 48. This might be show number, I don't know, it's 70, right? That's only 20 doing right. Well, you know what I mean. Like this is show like 900 or something, and then they go, "Oh wow, he is better," right? And we're going to be better. We're going to be better. We have been streaming for 2 hours and 15 minutes. The sun has set as the sun slowly sets in the west. As a the, but you know what? I've also now I can write, which is nice because I do like to write. I need to get my pudgy ass back to working out, right? Like I said, look, remember before you were giant. Before you, let's raise this up a little bit and lower this down. Before you were, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say miserable, but before you just sort of, I don't want to say giving up. Before you were just kind of like pressed by this system to go to work. Oh, I don't paint anymore. I don't play guitar anymore. I don't draw anymore. I don't work out as much anymore. I used to love doing this, that, the other thing. I don't have any time for that. I think that's part of making you miserable, right? And I think you may have to cut some TV out of it, some Netflix out of it, some Hulu out of it, some Amazon out of it, just to carve yourself 20 minutes at a minimum to sort of get back into the space that goes, oh, I can breathe. My soul doesn't feel like compressed. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So now I'm sort of like mad about the imagery of this app kicking out. But I also go, technology, I'm not even gonna let it make me cray. Isn't that what the kids say? I'm just gonna move through it. Um, I did have a new sort of, what's the word? A new revelation, right? I tried to pick up like a business card with my fretting hand, and I could not get. I had to, because my fingers have gotten numb and sort of, and the tiny, and I felt both at once something was lost, but also at the same time proud that I had that I had gotten to this point. And then someone was like, "Yeah, welcome to my world," kind of thing, right? Because apparently, yeah, I'm not really feeling any of these old apps. I'm not. I don't want to go back to Facebook, even though people go back to Facebook and build your audience. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back to Instagram. Go back to. I don't want to do that. I just kind of want to play and find myself where I find myself, and maybe cats will get it and cats won't. But something tells me, like I like cooking and now I like guitar and I like weird shit that you might not think is interesting, but I find it incredibly interesting to me. So a lot of my thing is, well, I get it. Um, we are all different, and we all like, excuse me, different things. Respect what I like, and I respect what you like. But that's not where most people are. Most people want to know what you like so they can ridicule it, right? But then keep what they like secret. I used to watch soap operas with my mom a million years ago, and my friends would be like, "You watch soap operas?" Right? One, some of the ladies watched them too, and they were like, "Oh yeah." And I had an in with some of the ladies, not all of them, some of them. A lot of ladies though would do it too. But also outside of that, it taught me how to compose a story and keep a story running. Right? I could write you a soap opera. I could absolutely write you a soap opera. And the only difference is the character who gets popular stays around longer, and the character who is not popular gets killed off. What weird shit have you learned from your time on this planet around your elders? And by elders, I mean, your mom and dad. I learned to love the art of storytelling through my mom with soap operas. I learned to love the highs and lows of sports energy with my dad. My brother loved basketball. I hate basketball because my older brother, it was his sport. I love football. I don't think my older brother liked football at all. But man, do I love football. And yeah, football is dramatic. Like it's drama at a different level. What do you like? What do you want to be? When did you lose control of your happiness? I mean, we all have to work to keep the lights on. Don't get it wrong. We all have to do that. Well, other than half of 1% don't have to do that, right? But you don't have to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. You can subvert their expectations and be happy about something. All right, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 18 minutes. Should we end it here? I don't know. Please like and subscribe. I know it's odd. I hope to see uh Chris come back because that'd be awesome. Um, yeah, we have to come up with a good practice routine for myself because that's going to be every day. Um, and like I said, 45 minutes here, but probably this app is just sort of goofy. So I don't know if it'll be here, but it will be every day. It will be every day. And in 1,000 days, which is about 2 years, I will be a pretty decent, okay guitarist, even though I suck through a straw and loudly in public right now. Back later, well, it's going to be 2 months. Give me another 2 years, is 24 months. Give me another 22 months. Um, yeah, because I'm going to be here every day doing it. I'm going to thank all. And oh wow, well, I want to thank everybody. I'm not done with these internets. I actually going to get my man up and game if he's got a little time. Uh, but I feel extra piffy and extra happy. I think I'm going to try and ask this girl to join me on this pod, but I know ladies, which means I'm going to have to clean up this whole apartment. Well, now I don't want to do that. So you may see a lady around here. Let's say fall. We'll try and get a lady's opinion on some of the stuff we talk about. Um, it'd be cool if we could find a lady who wanted to learn an instrument, right? Then I would have like 2 months on her, and we could learn. That'd be awesome. Um, I wonder if I could pull that off. But again, this is all in my house and in my environment, and I have to really, really like you to have you in my environment. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, dogs and cats, birds and bees. We are gonna slide right up on out of here. I got love for you. I know you don't know me personally, but I do. Um, I wish you well as long as you wish other people well. I know it's hard out here. It's hard out here for you. It's hard out here for me. It's hard out here for the people that you are sitting up here, you know, having agita about because they cut you off in traffic or gave you the finger or whatever. They're still in the same boat, unhappy, right? So once you realize that and go, I'm not going to have anybody control my happiness, my joy, my ecstasy. I control that. You're better off. And on top of that, you can't do that by yourself. You need allies. You need people who, when you can't keep it up anymore, the idea of it, they go, come on, man. You were doing so much. And then they remind you of your progress and how well you're doing and your goal of which is closer than you may think. And you go, thanks, man. And but then when he's in the same place, you'll be like, oh, come on, man. Whatever his dream is, man. You painted 6 pictures. You what? You said you wanted to paint a picture a month. It's only August, and you're nowhere near that. What are you talking about? You painted three in January. You painted one, and you took 2 months, so you can still do it. Like it's like I don't know how you would tell somebody that, but you support them, and that's what it is. They're like, yeah, man. And then maybe at the end of the month, they don't hit a painting a month, but they go, well, I got 10, and just like thanks to you, I would have stopped at 3, right? So it's this whole thing of good energy, good homies, good people pushing you through, and not the corporates telling you that this person is responsible for this, that, and or the other thing. So take a little control away from those people. I mean, you have to work. You have to put food on the table and keep a roof over your head, right? But you don't have to be so giddy to hate other people because somebody needs you to do that for a vote or for an election or for this or for that or for a church or for whatever. You can go, yeah, 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 and then go and kind of like. And I find I've always been like this, but I find most people who aren't like me can get back into a headset of art and creativity, and which lets them think. I hate to say it, but for themselves, we all think in groups. A lot of us don't want to be the odd man out, right? And then you realize, I'm not really the odd man out. A lot of people are sort of like me. We're all odd men's out, and why was I hating them when we're, you know what I mean? So yeah, paint more, draw more, write more. I'm sure some of you've got a good story of whether it's a novel or a short story. And start with a short story. Short stories can be as little as like 5 pages, double spaced, right? Write it out by hand. Painting can be as easy as one color on a canvas. One color, right? I mean, don't. I think people want you to give up so you're happy to go to the mine because your life is miserable. It's something to do. No, I want you to be so like that. Like now, people are tired of going to the mine. People are quitting their Burger King, fast food jobs. People are like, I can't believe it. They were stuck there. Now there's been this weird jostling, and people don't have to be stuck there anymore. And some of those people will be happy. Some of those people, the best thing they ever did was lose those jobs. Honestly, right? We've been all made to feel that promise, like you had promise and you thought you were going to be this, that, the other thing when you're 10, 11th grade, right? Like ninth and 10th grade. And somewhere around by the time you're 24, you just got to work for somebody. And then before you know it, you get caught up in this. And then you give up hope somewhere around your 30s. And then you're telling young people, it's never going to work out. And you want them to give up hope earlier. And that's a sinister cycle of here in America. You don't need that. You don't need to so happily give in, right? So you can do it, whatever it is. Give it a shot. You've never been. If you would decide to write a novel, obviously the first one is not going to be well. Not who knows. Maybe first one may be great, but I'm saying like the first time you've ever done something is the worst you've ever been at it, and every day you get better after that. So let's get it. Oh, I just took my nail off. Let's get it. Let's do it. You can. We have been streaming for 2 hours and 25 minutes. Um. Oh wow. Yeah. 2 hours 25 minutes. Three. Yeah, we've been late. We showed up late here 3 minutes ago. We should at least do at least another 5 minutes. But I was late, and it's not TV, and it's fine. I'm not gonna punish myself for being a few minutes late. Yesterday we were here 10 minutes early. What's important here is that we're here. We're honest. We're doing it with you. Um, and we are hoping to learn guitar and be impressive. And now we're trying to grow the channel by doing other stuff. And I'm not torturing people by my guitar playing twice a day for like 5 hours a day. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, bushes and trees, fish and fowl, men and women, sky and clouds. Yeah, let's get this done. Um, don't give up. I know people want you to give up. Just don't. I mean, I'm here for you. I don't know you personally, but like I always say, I'm here for you. Oh, look, CBD. Yeah, see, should I eat Delta 8 infused organic flower, blue jeans, less than 50% CBD, greater than 0.3% Delta 9 THC, 3.5 grams. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Um, Wisdom is a thing. It comes with age. It does. Even stupid people get wisdom. If you're 5 and you're stupid as a rock, and a snake bites you, and then you're 5.5 stupid as a rock, and the snake bites you. By the time the snake bites you 3 times, you're like, oh no, I've seen this for wisdom. So yeah, age comes with wisdom. With age comes wisdom. That is absolutely a true thing. But you want to be quicker on the uptake than a lot of these people, who with age comes wisdom. No one should have to tell you to stop being violent, a violent criminal, when you're fucking 40, right? No one should have to tell you that. But yeah, I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I wish you well. I do, I do, I do, I do. Let's cut this off. Um, and I think that you let's move this away. Have the promise, like I have the promise. I'm activating it right. I'm gonna learn this fucking guitar, but you have the promise, and I'm gonna be telling you what in any number of things. Uh, Whether God made you in His laboratory with clay, and then you gave some lady a rib, or if the cosmos made all of us out of stardust and solar winds, right? The juice of comets, which is all water, I think. Either way, either way, how you not fucking an incredible specimen out to do like grand things on this plane? How you not? There's something that will get in your way, like COVID. Take steps to that. COVID is your enemy. Take steps against it, right? I don't know what to tell you. Tomorrow is a beautiful day, and it's all for you. It's all for you. But you have to believe that. You got to see some of the opportunities. And once you get depressed, people walk around staring at the ground and they never look up and they miss shit. And it's true. So I wish you well. I hope you catch the vibe. But in this energy, you need allies. You really do need allies. It's sort of an orchestra. You need everybody. You need people to play with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women, here I am, a new guitarist who, since June 1st, I started playing this thing, and we're at August 5th. And three things I learned is I learned, I think, about 12 chords in that month and change. And I learned that I want to learn to play with my fingers and not a pick. And from here on out, we'll see where it goes. I see you every day. Come Sunday, Monday for 40 minutes or so, half an hour. And then we'll do other shit. Video games, talk shit. Maybe we'll pick up the guitar again and blow the doors off of that. We'll be able to have people call in and call us because we want to talk to you. I've been doing this by my just talking without feedback, but that's going to change in the next 48 hours. Um, I wish you well. It's a good thing that, excuse me, it's a good thing that you do well because then I don't have to worry about you. Seeing it up behind me. And it's a good thing that I do well, because then you don't have to worry about me sneaking up behind you. But I'm not a sneaker up or behind you guy. Um, Life is good. Life is sweet. Life is important. You shouldn't live it or by the dictates of your boss, right? What does your life call you to do? Think about it. I thank you. The sun is setting. The sun is. I mean, it's the sky is still lit. So what are we talking about? Yeah, the setting sun is a beautiful thing. I got love for you. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 30 minutes or so. People speed on everything. It's the nature of the creature. All right, so I will see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. for the 49th day, and then I will see you at 6 p.m. for the 49th evening show. And then hopefully I'll see you Saturday morning for the 50th morning show, and Saturday evening for the 50th evening show, and then something completely different for Sunday. I don't even know what that is, right? So you're great. I'm great. We are great. Let's be great together. Remember, you need allies in this fight. You really do. You need allies. Doing it by yourself will take a lot out of you. And that's why I think where people go wrong. You need allies. And not everybody's going to be your ally if you're mean to them. You need to be cool to people. You need to make allies. You need to make friends. You need to have people that you can really tell your real, true opinion of. Not opinion of, but opinion about whatever topic you're talking about. And phrase in a way that you don't alienate the people listening. This is not hard. I will see you in the next one, and the next one is tomorrow at 7 a.m. Mm-hmm. And please get your video game together because you're killing me. You're killing me. I'm a sexy mofo, and you make me look like a pixelated idiot. Peace. See you at 7 a.m. Bye all.